Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. You're welcome. Igwe, I greet you. You're welcome. Lina, I greet you. Peter, what's up? You're welcome. Good evening, Lina. I greet you. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. How you all doing? I greet you. He's playing in two places. How? How is he playing in two places? I don't get it. Good evening. Good evening. I greet you for Lauren Shaw. You're welcome. Thank you, my dad. I greet you. Good evening. Good evening, my people. I sight you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live. It's a mom in this Abu. Unfortunately, there is actually nothing that to sabotage, so but it is what it is. Good evening, Ugoma. I greet you. Welcome. Good evening. So, my people, you know, there's a lot of things going on today in Nigeria and, of course, all over the world. We see what is going on in our neighboring country, Niger, and how the global world leaders are coming in. They want the president to be reinstated. So there's a lot of talk going around about who is influencing what, who is going to have what influence. And of course, Nigeria is at the epicenter, is very close. You understand when they show the countries that have had military intervention, you just have this layer like this across the Sahel, like this, so you have from Sudan going, and Nigeria is just very close by in the middle under. So maybe if I can find the map, I will show you. You understand? So it's very close to call, and Niger is somehow in the middle. So it doesn't have a direct access to the sea, but it can have access through Nigeria, through Ghana. You understand? Like from the corner around, but nothing directly. So it's like in the middle of nowhere and very close by also. And Nigeria is showing some kind of power, because he's the big brother. President Tinubu has issued a statement, and the ECOWAS military is on standby and all those kind of a thing. So these are very, very interesting times for us to actually talk about also what is going on around us. So, and again, what is going on in the southeast today was supposed to be the sit at home, and Governor Mba came out strong to show to the people that he means what he says. So I want to show you this video. This video was trending all over everywhere today, and
Sitathome is ready for this sit at home. Now military go do this work. Wahala.
Good evening. I greet you, everyone. I greet you, Francis. I greet you, Danny. You're welcome. Okay. So, does anybody have the problem of seeing the video double? Because someone is saying that he's seeing the video double. I don't know how that can be possible, except maybe you are watching from two different devices. I don't know. But I'm only streaming from here. So you should not be seeing it double. So I don't know what that is. Does anybody also have that problem? I would like to have that feedback. Yeah. So on both sides of my screen, okay. Okay, it's just the background. It's just the background. Okay. Thank you so much. When someone is telling me about settings, I want to make sure that everything is right. Not that I'm talking or something is not adding up, because it's a live video, and, I'm live. And so everything is happening in real time. God back here. So good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live video. So going into this evening, President Buhari, President Tinubu, President Tinubu gave a speech and made a live broadcast and made some promises. And I don't know if you guys picked up some things from the broadcast. I've made some of the list, and it's good that he's coming out, he's showing himself, he's talking to the people. I feel like one of the problems that President Buhari had was he was never showing up. People barely heard from him. It doesn't matter what was going on. So I like that he's bringing himself out and saying, I'm seeing what is going on. I am with you, bear with me, all this kind of talk. That's what I'm hearing. And he's also making some promises. So the promises he has made is now open for you guys to hold them accountable and say, you promised us this, you are saying this, when, how is the timeline, how is it going to happen, right? So he said that they are going to be bosses, that they are going to review wages, they are going to do so many things. Yeah, so it's for you to say, okay, how do you start, where do you want to start from, how is it going to be, so those are the things that, for example, Nigerians, we were not taught about our rights or what government is supposed to do for us. But thanks to the internet, we can use it to teach ourselves and say, okay, this is our right, this is what we're supposed to have from the government, these are the benefits. This, when you talk about citizenship, these are the things that is supposed to be for us, or we're supposed to have as advantage from our government. And so we can find way, or I start talking, actually having conversation about how to benefit from our government, how our government can represent us, how they can serve us, right? Not just because he's from my ethnic group, he's from my local government, he's from my village, those kind of sentiments, so that we can start thinking about institutions and systems, putting systems in place. So if President Tinubu is putting buses. Like, let it be something that is going to be a system that is has come to stay. Because, for example, if you see all this public transportation in Europe, it started somewhere and it became a national thing, a systemic thing that is running. Doesn't matter who is in government. So we want something like that to start initiating, so that we'll start having systems that will be functioning regardless of who is in charge, right? So that we have those systems in place. But up until now, we don't have that yet, because everybody in power wants to do his own and chop his own. Everybody in every office wants to come there and chop their own. So nobody's thinking about a system that is functioning, whether I'm here or not, that it's going to continue working and giving service and helping and delivering services to the people. So I wish that the conversation can change, instead of talking about all the bad things. I think it's time to start talking about the potentials, where and how, so that we can engage our mind more productively, because we are in a time where there is so much information, where there is so much access that you can give and take information, and we can make better use of it, especially when it comes to the politics that is being played in Nigeria, because the politics that is being played in Nigeria is the reason for all the suffering, right? Nigeria don't have any reason to suffer, but just because of the kind of politics that they have been allowed to play, and they are playing it, and that's why people are suffering. Because why? We don't even know what is our rights. We don't know what we're supposed to benefit. So we don't have any idea. And I think we can start having that conversation right now, especially in 2023. Why not? Right? Yeah. Good evening. So Folashe said they need to provide at least 200 to 300 buses per state. I don't even know, like, is it the states that are going to be providing it, and the government, the federal government will support it, or the federal government is going to just start buying buses and give it to the states? Like, I don't know, because when they do it like that, it's going to cause that some people will embezzle the money. That's what we have. Anything that government wants to do, some people are there waiting to embezzle the money, right? So they have to find a way. Each state, each local government, everybody need will vary. So you cannot say 200 or 300, because some places will have more population, some places will not have more population. And so you have to balance it. Where there is traffic, high demand, you can give more, they can have access to more. And where there's less traffic, low demand, then they should have less. Something like that, supply and demand, following the law of the supply and demand, something like that. So I don't know. How do they want to do it? Is it that the government is going to buy it, federal government will buy buses and share? Or the state government and their local government are going to sit down and check the population of their state, the transport system in their state, and where do they have the need to put in all these buses, or a transportation system within each state. I think it's a good idea, but there's no system already in place. So it has to go to the grassroots for it to have head. And everybody at the grassroots have to come out and see how it is going to be implemented, so that it will not be audio again. So our sister say, so he said, our sister said that President Tinubu said they're going to share 3,000 buses among the 36 states. I don't know, 3,000. That means each state will have 10 buses. Like, I don't know. That's too less. Or is it 3,000 per state? Like, because if you want to say 3,000 buses for the whole of Nigeria, we're talking about millions of people. So it should not be like a drop in the eye in the ocean. um yeah, I mean, like I said, anything that anybody can do to make the situation better is much welcome. Okay, for students. Okay, our brother is saying the bus is for students. Okay. for students. Yeah. So I have the video. Um, yeah. So my people, you're welcome, welcome to this live video. In this video, I just want us to talk about the presidential broadcast and also the sit at home that was supposed to happen in the southeast, and the whole brouhaha going around the sit at home, Simon Eba and the southeast, and Nigerian politics, and what is going on around the world, especially there in West Africa, in neighboring Niger Republic. The government there was taken out by the military, and the military are there right now. And the West, United States, US, Germany, France, they are calling for those military people to hand over that power back to that civilian government. And the military people, they are not yielding. So America is saying they are going to cut the sanctions. And President Tinubu, as head of ECOWAS, have also issued his own sanctions. And they said that ECOWAS military is also on standby. And yeah, they are trying to force the soldiers to relinquish that power and give it back to the states, to the civilian government. So I don't know if all this threat and all these sanctions we're going to yield anything, right? So it's very, very close on our border, and it's happening very close by, and Nigeria can easily, something like that can quickly spill over. So it's also something that we can also, talk about it, and the impact it's going to have on the Nigerian system and on the Nigerian government, and globally also, that so that we can understand that everything that is going on in Africa or in Nigeria or anywhere, it's like more like the more you look, the less you see. Something else is going on underground. So people know, they just wake up, go do something, you get some things where they under, where they give them that possibility, where they say they carry that thing out, where they say they successful, you understand? So now, if it be now, say, this gbas that is going on in Ukraine, and they won't carry and come our side. So you go come see big brothers where they fight, say, but no be they fight and direct, now indirect, they use another people, another corner of the world, they do the thing. So we just really have to um hope that we don't end up embroidered in something, because we have our own. Nigeria have their own. You have the IPOB, ESN, terror going on in the southeast. You have the Boko Haram and all the banditry that is going on, and their terrorism going on in the north, right? So I don't think that Nigeria wants to overstretch its military at this point. Yeah. So our brother say that we must have the culture of paying tax. Yeah, of course. Yeah. We can talk about that tax, especially people who are earning very high, people who are part of Nigerian government. Because, for example, when they say government want to give money, government want to do anything, most of the time it's people who are employed under the government that are getting it. So those people supposed to pay tax, because I feel like people who are doing business are already paying tax, because before you go and take shop, you pay for license, you pay. There's a lot of money you pay to the city council. You pay money to rent the shop. You pay, like, I believe that people in the market and all this private business, they are paying, although they can pay more, but at least they get to pay some money. And then the government workers have to pay the tax, because most of the remuneration that comes from the state of Nigeria goes into the civil service. Even they use all the money to pay themselves, their salary, pay for the civil service. So most of the time they are not paying any taxes. They are getting everything 100%. So the taxes has to come also from somewhere, and the companies have to pay taxes. Yeah, and even those NGOs or anybody that is exempted from paying taxes, they also have to show where they give back in the community. Like, what are you impacting in the community, because you have been exempted from paying taxes, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to start this video with our big brother Oju Zokalo. Let's listen to what he has to say.
To NLC not to go on strike. And to my fellow Nigerians, please, I appeal to NLC not to go on strike. Everything in Nigeria is so difficult for the rich, for the poor, and for it is worse to the downtrodden. I employ people, I'm employing them in my businesses, and things are very difficult, both to the older and beholder. And I'm sure the new president himself knows that things are very difficult. Nobody that lives in Nigeria, nobody that stays in Nigeria do not know that things are very difficult. Because we that employ people in our businesses know that things are very difficult. Please, let's give the new government some time to sit up. We will be up. Yes, they propose an agricultural bill. How we can be able to do. The president will be getting it next week. I've written a letter. My office will send a letter on Monday to him. And I want to plead with you people. We are businessmen before being in politics. And please take this plea seriously. Do not destroy further the economy by going on strike. Let us dialogue. Let us talk. There's no way 8,000 proposed by one bank. That was proposed by one bank as per the budget. It wasn't the proposal of Nigerian government. It was proposed by one bank in the budget and the loan. And it is not the right thing to do. You giving money is not the right thing. I objected the traders' money for 8 years, and that traders' money could have been a better thing to use to expand the economy than what we have done. I'll come back to speak on it. My appeal today is frankly to let Nigerian Labour Congress. I know that the workers, the people of Nigeria are flawed. Things are so difficult. But we will overcome with good communication and cooperation. Please do not go on strike to reload this economy. It will be worse. Thank you very much, the leadership of Nigerian Congress. You know, my heart, my thinking are with you people and with the downtrodden. Please.
So, my people, what do you think about what he's saying? Because he's saying that the Nigerian Labour Congress should not go on strike because a lot of people are not happy because of the high prices in food and cost of living, cost of transportation, because of the subsidy removal. So he's appealing to the Nigerian people not to go on strike, especially to the Labour Congress, that they should give the government some time, right? And I feel like this is a noble thing to do. This is a necessary thing for a government to do. And I feel it is good that at least they are coming out and talking. One of the problems that I feel was very, very present during President Buhari's administration was the lack of addressing the people. It's like the people are there and the government is there, and nobody's talking to each other. And I feel like for them to be coming out and addressing the people, it shows a presence. I don't know whether it helps in the daily life of what the people are going through, but I feel like it calms the spirit, I like, the Bible say a soft answer turneth away wrath. Like when you answer softly, when you talk to someone calmly, if the person is supposed to be angry, the person will calm down. So and I think that this approach they are following is very okay, especially in a time like this where there's a lot of things that are volatile, that something can easily be infiltrated and it will go out of control. You understand me? So I know that there are people that are looking for kata kata by all means. There are people that are looking for this kata kata. Sorry, there are people that are looking for kata kata. They want everything to go down, all this kind of a thing. But we have to be looking at the bigger picture of what is going on, especially look at what even Niger around us. So it's not an easy thing right now. So I feel that the approach that they are doing, that they are talking to the people with their face in person, I think is a good thing. Yes, I think it's a good thing. Good evening. If the federal government is donating 3,000 buses to the state and the state follows suit with contribution as well from the private stakeholders, who are we to do in the society? I think our roads will be flooded with many of those buses. Okay. Yeah, you have to also put into consideration that there are people whose livelihood is also depending on that transportation. So the goal is not to put them also out of business, yeah, but to alleviate the suffering. So when there's competition, so that the prices will be kind of adjusted according to demand and supply. Because if there is over demand and you have only this available, I think that's what they are trying to do. So there will still be private people who are doing this transport business. Then government can come in, and all those kind of a thing. And yeah. Yeah, so it depends, like me personally, I hope, my hope is that katakata will not bust in Nigeria, because there are people that desire it, but I can tell you from my experience, from what I know, that is the worst thing that want to happen to any African country right now. Look at the situation of our people all over the world without war. So imagine that there is now war, there is wahala, it's going to be worse, and the whole world is not waiting for us. Yeah, they are not waiting for us. Life goes on, they continue to be doing their thing. Yeah. So I wanted to play this video for you guys, where Ojuzokalo, no, Engineer Baribe, he's talking like a sabo. He was talking like a sabo, like like is no, like, I don't even understand this is a video, but let me share it with you guys.
In DSS,
Let me see.
Called a meeting of all the leaders of the Southeast and said, this is what Nnamdi Kanu said, that he's not part of this. Yet, every Monday, what happens is this: a few miscreants, and I use the word advisedly, come out and kill one or two people and send across the whole of the Southeast, and everybody is now and send.
I wanted to remove that part where he said the white people, because he was using the word explicitly.
Run away and video it and send across the whole of the Southeast. And
so he said that some of those miscreants, they will come, the white people, then they will send the video across everywhere, something like that. That's just what he's saying.
Everybody is now scared. The governors we met, all of us in the National Assembly we have met, everybody has condemned it. I need the Senate to know that there is no one in the Southeast except the criminals who support this sit at home. Their modus operandi is simple. It's just terror. I have called the market leaders in Abia and I said, you can't continue to stay away. And they told me that the people have threatened to burn their markets at night if they don't stay away. So this is beyond the citizenry coming out to just say, we don't accept it. Because what they have done is to use terror tactics to intimidate a whole region.
Okay.
And we have had meetings with the DSS, and all that the DSS has told us is, listen, these are just a few people. They will come out in one road, they will find somebody just driving along on his way to doing anything, shoot him, and then they will say, it is because of Sitathome. Take his car away, go and keep it in their den, and later go and sell it. So these are nothing but criminals. So I support this motion, and especially the matter concerning someone who is a dual citizen of Nigeria and Finland, staying in Finland, giving orders, and in fact, giving, I will say, orders that you don't understand why people should accept it here. But then criminals will always find a reason to do what they want to do. I have also had interactions with the Finnish embassy, and in fact, the United Nations head in Nigeria, who is from Finland. And what she told me was it is a government to government interaction that will lead to a resolution of this, because as a citizen of Finland, that he has a right to express his opinion. But I can tell you, my dear colleagues, each and every one of us has suffered greatly from what is happening in the Southeast. They attacked Senator Carlo when he was doing campaign. They attacked me. There's nobody they have not tried to intimidate. But we cannot be intimidated because we are in a country that has rule of law. And so I support this motion in its entirety. And when the time comes for the prayers, if there's anything I will add, we will. But we want to urge our colleagues.
So, these our senators, like, you see, like our brother said something like, he had the feeling like it's like he's talking for himself, like nobody's even listening to him, because he's making a joke of himself. He's saying Kano has said he's not part of it. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, is it not Kano that is leading this whole thing that we are seeing today? This IPOB, who was the leader? Right? So what does it mean that Kano have said he's not part of it? Listen to what he said again.
In DSS, called a meeting of all the leaders of the Southeast and said, this is what Nnamdi Kanu said, that he's not part of this.
Nnamdi Kanu said he's not part of this. Like, seriously? So what is he part of then? Like, these people, they amaze me, honestly, when they talk like that. So everybody just say, oh, so he's not part of it. So who is part of it? Let me bring the video of this Kanu when he was blowing hot again. I hope I'll see that video. Like, what does it mean that Kanu have said that he's not part of it? Like, I don't get it, honestly. So Kanu is leader of IPOB, blowing hot, doing. At the end of the day, you now say he has said in DSS that he's not part of it. But he was part of it before, or he doesn't want the Biafra again. Shebi, he said he don't want Biafra that will come by peaceful means. He said he wants the Biafra that will come by wahala, so that he will go and fight for his freedom. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm not seeing that video that I wanted to play for you guys again here, where he was blowing hot and saying why he formed the ESN. Now he said he wants peace. He wants peace. So when he was wearing this beret and forming hot, blowing hot, you did not know. You did not know. See him now. He said he wants peace. He wants peace and calm. Why? Why did he initiate this problem? What of all the people that buy? So I don't understand why he's saying he has said he's not part of it, that every Monday. Today, people didn't go out. Governor Mba was out, the military was there showing
Hey,
they didn't,
Peter and Mba is radio.
they didn't like people were just cautious. Like that's what I'm seeing. Because life has no duplicate, you understand? So people were just cautious, but the governor showed strength and positioned every corner of the street, showing that there is security. And but when people see the military like this on the streets, it's not going to give them the confidence to come out. Who won't buy? What if those people come they engage with military? You understand? So I don't get what they mean. Huh? Ijele, I cite you. Good evening. Our brother is saying government has no business in business. The responsibility of government is to provide enabling environment for business to thrive by enacting regulation. Buying buses for states or local government is not the right way to go. Government should encourage small and medium scale businesses to procure and run viable transportation businesses with incentives such as import duty waiver, tax relief, and grants. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I think this is right. I think our brother had said something. Yeah, there's something I wanted to read also from a brother. He said, let me see if I'll see that. He said, what did the Tinubu come and say now? He said, he said they need to provide. No, there's something the brother wrote. He said, I can't see that comment. I saw it and it went through my eyes. Yeah. So he was basically saying that Tinubu have not said anything different. It's still the same promises and stuff like that. You understand? So yeah, the sit at home happened today because people were afraid to come out. But the governors, the places where people were not afraid to come out, there was basically no sit at home. People went about their business. But in places, when you see military, you will be afraid now. So many people just kind of stayed back and they didn't want to implicate themselves. And I saw a video today, and Soludo was talking, and then he saw a bus that was coming, like this Sienna bus that these Ichabod children use. Let me show you this video. I saw this video and I was just laughing. So the insecurity have gotten to everywhere now. So he was talking, he was addressing. So he now cites them. They are coming in Sienna. When they cite Sienna bus in the southeast now. Did you see? He was just talking. He was talking, and then they cite Sienna. Now, in the southeast, that Sienna bus, anywhere they cite that Sienna bus, they will start running. So Governor Soludo was talking. It was his birthday. People were celebrating with him, and he was talking. And then he now saw that Sienna. It was like it's like we have visitors. So like, hey, you understand? So did you see that reaction? Let me play back a little bit. It's like there are people that are coming. They say, oh no, they are just people that are telling you happy birthday. So now everybody is panicking. They said the zoo is panicking, but who is panicking now? Everywhere there is panic because you brought it upon yourself. Meanwhile, what is going on around the West Africa and all this political power play that is going on, international political power play, we really don't want it to come into Nigeria. But still the Nigerian government needs to do better because the people are suffering, right? So we are not going to say, oh, let's calm down, let's not do anything. They need to do better. Like I saw they were granting themselves millions and millions of money in the Senate. That is not acceptable because the people have not gotten any benefit yet, right? And the money that have been removed from the subsidy is still audio for the people. So we need a system that intervenes in people's life daily. That's what is missing now. He say Abaribe say our country has rule and law. He said our country, he said our country have rule and law. So I wanted to play this video for you guys a little bit.
Constituents that have been scattered across Africa.
So this is a hearing in the US. You can see this is the US setting or something like that. So the discussion here is about
General Langley,
about the United States that is going and training military people and all those things. And then those military people that they have trained, they end up having the skill, or I don't know whether it is what they teach them or I don't understand, but it is having impact in the success they are having in making the coup and taking over leadership of the country. So I will play some audio because of the copyright issues.
have constituents that have been scattered across Africa on train and equip missions. So just ballpark, in the last decade, how many Africans has the United States military trained and equipped?
Carson, I don't have that figure. I can get that figure for you.
Ballpark, just, how many?
General Langley.
Carson, it would be a wild guess. Right?
Seems like something we should know, right?
Over the years, we have trained a substantial number, especially in the Gulf of Guinea states. But including
more than 10,000.
It is more than 10,000.
More than 50,000.
I say we're reaching around 50,000
okay.
At least.
And what percentage of the people we've trained end up participating in insurrections or coups against their own government?
Very small number, Congressman. Very small number.
So what percentage do you think?
I'd say probably less than 1%.
But it does happen.
The IMEC program is in force, and we've pushed a significant number through our schools across the.
Yeah, and what data sets do you track to arrive at the conclusion that less than 1% of the roughly 50,000 that we've trained have participated in coups? It'd be like about 500, about 1% of 50,000.
Congressman, you may have that information. I don't at this time. But
I know there's some, right? Like go ahead and throw up that image. This is Colonel Mamade Doumbouya, and this is a photo of him. Did we train and equip him in Guinea?
By name, I cannot identify that.
Well, that guy in the middle with the big red hat, Colonel Mamade Doumbouya, that's him with a bunch of U.S. service members outside of our embassy. And just months after this photo was taken in 2021, he led a coup in Guinea and threw out the leader. Does that concern you?
Congressman, core values is what we start off with in IMA programs.
Core values. Core values with Colonel Doumbouya?
Core values. I will repeat that. Core values.
I know.
Respect for humanity.
Do we share those values with Colonel?
Absolutely. In our curriculum.
He led a coup.
We do.
Okay, that's a very telling answer. In Burkina Faso, did we share core values with the leader that we trained there who led a coup?
It's in our curriculum. We stress core values.
Curriculum?
We request civilian-led governance.
So, hold on. Is leading coups in our curriculum?
Absolutely not.
So,
Civilian-led.
the question is, do we share core values with the coup leader in Burkina Faso, who we trained?
Holistically, we teach core values with a respect for civilian governance, apolitical, and that's what sticks across very high percentage in the 90 over 99 percentile.
But not everybody. And I wonder how many people it takes to plan a coup. I mean, initially you didn't know how many we trained and equipped. Then you said it was 1%. You had no basis for that 1% number because there's no data set you track. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. Another U.S. trained soldier stages a coup in West Africa by the Intercept.
Without objection, so ordered.
And I further seek unanimous consent to enter into the record. U.S. force.
So my people, I just want to show you this video a little bit because most of the time when something is going on, we are just thinking about bread and butter, eating today and what we will drink, but there is some other things that is going on underground. You understand? And because we are preoccupied with our bread and butter, we may go and be causing more problem for ourselves, and that bread and butter will still be scarce for us. You understand? If you look at Sudan, what started it was bread. The price of bread gone up. Now they can't even see bread to buy. They don't have bread to buy in Sudan. Now, real katakata is going on there. So when something is going on, we know that we don't have much, like we just the answer of this country, but we know not be we they run the thing. So may they think all this thing before we dey find how to scatter the one way we see. Because some people the thing they do they say scatter everything, scatter everything. As they hard for you where everything no scatter. If everything can scatter, how it go be, That's why I'm saying that I'm still saying let us be constructive. Let us not hate. Let us not hate. Hate is very, very bad. When you are hating, everything you are seeing is pepper body. You don't see any value. You don't see any good. But if you are being constructive, you can be able to see value. You will see the problems, but you also see some potential where you can come in, where there can be solution. You can criticize. I'm never going to say don't criticize government. Let them do what they are doing. No, no, no. Of course, if I'm saying that I shouldn't be here, why should I criticize what anybody is doing, right? So we can criticize them and call them out on any bullshit, all those kind of a thing. But let's keep it always tempered and in perspective. That's why I'm showing you this thing, because there are some things that are going on. I cannot explain more than this, because this is an open forum. I cannot explain more than this because there are so many things that is going on the ground. But for the ordinary person, is thinking about bread and butter. We have always been thinking about that bread and butter. Pepper to touch the mouth. Now still the matter we did. Which one we see, right? So at the end of the day, we have to temper it and not give room for anarchists. So somebody is writing something here. He said, we are all Nigerian and we all need to support Nigerian People Project for all benefit. That's why I'm so proud of it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we need to support our government. The support that the Southeasterners gave to non-state actors is what puts that place in that problem today. The support the people gave to non-state actors in Boko Haram issue, that's why the region is where it is today. So instituted governments can never be as bad as the rebel that come and promise you. It's always coming on the promise of I'm going to give you something better to eat, and that food will still be missing at the end of the day. Just look at Sudan. What happened? Cost of bread is high. Cost of bread is high. Like joke, they enter road, blah 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 blah. Today, where is the bread? No bread again. No bread in Sudan. Who won't give you bread shop? Everybody don't run kata kata. Many don't buy. right? The same way, every time government will be doing their going, then somebody will come, fiam, change your government, say, you want to call corruption, corrupt. At the end of the day, the people still dey the same situation wey dem dey. We no dey see the change. So I really want a system that will change, not in the person coming to come and say, I am now the Odogu. I want where they can start putting the systems that will start running, right? Like now the fuel is showing the lack of a transportation system. And we have a ministry of transport. So that ministry of transport needs to coordinate with all the state commissioners of transport. So let them work out a transportation system. Let them work a transportation system, and let it start from there. Because the government is not providing services to the people. That is why people are suffering. People are holding high offices. They are not rendering any service. You have office for women and welfare, but everyday children are on the streets of Nigeria. Why? The people are sitting down in their office. They are not doing their job. All these children that are inside different homes doing house boy and house girl is against the law. Nigeria signed that signatory, child rights protection. What are they doing? They are not doing their job. They are sitting in high offices collecting salary. They are not rendering services to the people. So I feel like whichever office somebody is holding, let's begin to know which office, who is responsible for which department, what are the expectations for each office that is being held in all our government. Because when you know what the person is supposed to render, that's when you will know that the person is not rendering the service. Like, yeah, so you have a health sector, for example, Ministry of Health. What is the work of the Ministry of Health? How is the Ministry of Health supposed to deliver the work of his ministry, right? What are the expectations? I saw a post, Ugo Ebujo, he posted something. He said in the hospital, they don't have equipment to measure anything, right? They don't have simple things that they need in the hospital. Then who is responsible to provide those small equipment in the hospital? Why is it not there? That is the question. But when you come in a situation like this, every local government, this is your healthcare center. Why is this instrument lacking? If it is old, rickety, non-functioning, why? Who is responsible? Why is that equipment not missing? Didn't you get the money, right? If it was there, whose care is it under? Is it stolen? So the people needs to start getting involved to know who is government and what government is supposed to do for them. It's only when you know what government is supposed to do for you that you will not know that government has not done this, has not done that. You go to your school, in your local government, in your street, it's a government school. Why is the school dilapidated? Who is responsible for it? Where are no desk? Where are no chair? Right? So that is how change come. But anybody that will just come and take over federal government and say fellow Nigerian, blah blah blah, it has never changed anything. Because the system has to come from within and evolve. And the people have to get used to rendering services. I remember when I needed to stamp my documents in Abuja, Minister of Education. I had to pay them. It was their job. You're supposed to go there, they will authenticate it and put seal that, if you want to study abroad, something like that. They will still say, give you that you should give them money. For doing their job, you have to be giving them money. Because if you don't give them money, they are not going to sign it. They are not going to put the seal on it. Right? And then they will be doing that every day for every person that came for that authentication. And at the end of the month, they will still collect their salary, they will collect all their benefits. So the corruption is inside. Everybody is participating in it. He said AU should call Putin and ask him to hands off Africa. It's not easy like that now, because Africa people have put themselves in a situation where they are so needy. A situation where you need everything. You like African people from a place of sufficiency to absolutely dependent. What do Nigerian people have now when it comes down to it, right? Medicine, you don't have. We don't have. Baby food, you don't have. There's like, everything they need, their cars. So when you depend on everybody for everything, you don't have to say. You have to find a way to play to the gallery here and there. You can't even say to this person, no. You can only, I think the best thing they can do is to play neutral. But if they go and give in to one side, they enter wahala now. Exactly. When I did my clearance, I paid for almost discharge and transport fare for the police to go pick up the van, toilet roll, etc. Yeah, something like that. So, because why? We don't know. And again, if you don't pay, they will be wasting your time. If you don't pay, they will not want to release you. I remember when I came to Nigeria, I was at the airport, and then the things I wanted to go with me. So the lady was looking at it, and I put them in a transparent nylon and everything. You can see what it's inside. This is melon, this is this and that. They are now saying they wanted me to give them money, and I was like, for what? Right? Because I package everything is crystal clear. I don't have anything hidden. And they were not delayed. They say, okay, I have to wait for the Oga. The Oga is there. Then I said, okay, where is the Oga? And then they said the Oga, they was like, if you don't pay, then you are going to miss your flight and all those kind of a thing. And I'm just looking at them, and they were wearing road safety uniform, this brown khaki, a young lady and some men, and I was like, I didn't even know where I had the energy to share herself. I was like, are you people kidding me? Like, I have my ticket, I did not break any law, and you want to delay me here so that I will miss my flight. I like, are you okay? Where is your guy? Who will be that Oga? Let us go and see. Are you calling the Oga now or not? If I miss my flight, you go miss this work. You know, like I have to bring out energy that I don't have to be doing alaye laye in airport. Why? Even finally, when they now allowed us to go through, the last checkpoint that look at the plane, they're supposed to do the final screening and then you go into the plane. The lady that was doing the screening, she was not doing any screening. No, she was just saying, find something for us now. Sister, Baba, help us. I was just looking at this people, like, are you people kidding me? Like the last point to enter the aeroplane, you are here doing Bambiala. What if somebody really have Boko Haram? He reach here, you go do Bambiala, he go carry in Boko Haram, enter plane. Are you people serious? Right? So this is a people that have been trained to be corrupt, to not do anything right. Right? So if you want to do anything right, it's like you are fighting. So the government is like the people. Exactly. We are not fulfilling our own responsibility. We are not fulfilling our own responsibility. I swear to God. And for you to go through like that without, and it will be like, this auntie, you are stingy. Kini, what is stingy? Kini, what is it, self? What is it? You are stingy. You don't allow, but you are doing your work. Everybody was doing Bambiala in that airport, Molitala International Airport that year. Wetin happen? You go to the toilet, the person that is cleaning the toilet is begging. Wetin happen? So how will you do your work as a security or there's problem gone, gone, gone? You see how porous those people are? I'll just be thinking in my mind, say, now God, thank God, say Boko no reach that side though. Because now one way they go to enter all those aeroplanes. These people, they are not well. They don't even understand the security that they are in. The one that shocked me, the last point of screening, people are entering plane. You are there doing Bambiala. You are not even checking anything. You're supposed to do the last swipe, then people will enter plane. You are still doing Bambiala there. So the people have not been taught how to be upright. We see that problem everywhere. When Nigerian people go anywhere, now they are breaking law because they have not taught how to be upright. So the leaders that we have today, they are not upright. Everybody know that. And so the children that they have given back to every corner of the country, they are not taught to be upright. So people don't think being upright is a good thing. I remember back in those days when I was going to eye clinic, for example, if you go to the federal medical center or LUT or all these government hospital, military hospital, they will carry the equipment that they put in those hospitals, they will go and put it in one corner in one shop, like their private hospital, because those equipment, they are very expensive. So if government will procure that equipment in the hospital, in the public hospital, a consultant will not carry that equipment and go and put it in his own private hospital. Then when people will come to government hospital that is supposed to be affordable and available for the public, they will not give them their card, say, come to this my office, so place, and you will have to pay consultation fee, pay for this, and so that you go and access that machine that's supposed to be in government hospital. And why is it possible? Because the person that is in charge of running that hospital, his eye is not on ground. He is not made to account. Nobody accounts for anything. Good evening, Ejika. I greet you. Nobody accounts for anything. So no amount of destruction is going to deliver Nigeria. It has to be a culture of building. And building is not just building road, but building the human mind, the character, the person, integrity, right? So if you start having good experience with one another, that's how country is good. Like in all this Oyibo country, most times people are not looking at something, they are thinking about taking it. Unlike Nigerian people, they want to take everything. They want to and like even the thing that don't make sense. You want to take everything. The thing that don't make sense. You are working in hospital, you go there and carry glove. How much is glove nítorí Ọlọ́run? How much? Èló. Something that you buy a pack less than €5, you go and take it from there. It's not like you want to use it to do anything, no, but like it's ìjọba own, let me take it. It's government own. Like that thing, make I take my own for inside government own. Yeah. So my people, yeah, I don't know that there's any magic that is going to happen. I personally, I will support any government that is in place, and I want every government that is in place to do their best, right? To do their best for the people. So hating on the government doesn't make sense. I want the government, whoever emerge, if anybody is announced as president of Nigeria, I'm supporting that person. I don't care how that person is there, because election is over and this is the president as we know it. The same thing in the state level, right? So I want President Buhari, President Bat, President Tinubu to make sure that all the local governments are working. All those governors that are withholding local government, they need to be stopped, because we have 3 tier of government. We want to have that 3 tier of government working. We want to see local government working as a shrine in the constitution, independent, working for the local people. So they can synergize with their local government, with the governor of the state, but they are not subservient to the state governors. So the state governors that are holding onto making elections so that local government chairman will emerge should be halted, because they are impeding on the building the system that will serve the people that we are talking about, so that allocation can be going straight to the local government. So from each local government, people can know where can be intervention. That is the real idea. All this looking to presidency is rubbish. The presidency is just there to coordinate and for external affairs. It's not for your micro garri and coconut business even. Yeah, is to enable the environment, the political environment, the economic environment, all these other small things. That's why they are supposed to be there and be doing the work. The governor is not there to celebrate and be riding on convoy. And the local government is supposed to have their local government headquarters. They are supposed to be the easiest places that people will work. And each locality will have councillors, and the councillors will have wards. That's how it's supposed to be effective. So the wards will be reporting to their councillors, the councillors will be reporting to the local government, and they will synergize. Every local government can function like that. That is how everything that the state government have to offer will go through all the states. But what we have is state governors are investing in one micro corner of the state. They will put all the small resources that we are seeing in one capital, in one district of the state. The rest of the state will lie fallow. It is wrong, and people are suffering, and years are going. All these things we are doing, temper, calm down, years are going. Some people, this is the only life that they have seen. So we need to, start talking about the normal, the important thing that we want government to be doing, right? So the state government need to give that autonomy as it is written, and the federal government need to step up. And the next thing that the government needs to do is to disband the judiciary. The Nigerian judiciary needs to be disbanded. Unless that judiciary is disbanded, we are not going anywhere. The judiciary is a joke. The Nigerian judiciary is a joke. The Nigerian judiciary is making a joke of everything. So that judiciary needs to be worked upon, and they need to change the kind of system they are using. This I don't know, is it they say whether penal code or be criminal code, they need to change it. They need to have a system where when you start the trial, within 7 days you finish it. This thing they are doing is rubbish. I don't know where they want to copy this thing, but it is not working for anybody. So those things are there that needs to be addressed. So yeah, finally I want to say, let's listen to what Tinubu's son has to say about his father.
Yeah. The president that we've all wanted is here. I guarantee you, my brother. I want to say thank you for the faith you have in our president. And I guarantee you, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not fail. Nigeria, the hope that we've been looking for and hoping for is here. The president that we've all wanted is here. I guarantee you, my brother.
Yeah, so he's making a case for his father, right? And he's putting his face out there, and he's having faith in his father, and which is a good thing, which is also a good thing. So be that as it may, we need to put our eyes on what's supposed to be done. We need to temper our criticism, not make it to turn to hate, and not make it to turn to an ethnic something, right? So if you want to criticize something, criticize it not because you are Igbo, right? Not because you are Yoruba, you are criticizing something, then you become Omale. No. So let's learn to allow people to be able to express their displeasure about something, and you that you are also expressing it, keep it measured, and don't allow it to be taken advantage of, to be hijacked for something else, because there's wahala right now as we are talking. There's wahala. Yeah, our brother said he wants military tribunal. I think they need a military tribunal. Like they really need something to halt this system. Do you know how many people are in the prison that did not do anything? They are just going and coming years and years. Like, I don't know. And these people are promoting themselves. I think the Nigerian judiciary is the worst thing ever. And I think for some reason Nigerian people are not even factoring in that judiciary is the main problem. The judiciary is a big problem because, first of all, if you don't punish offenders, you don't punish people who do bad things, what is the deterrent? Somebody will loot billions of naira, billions, and there will be no repercussion. Where does that happen? Where? So at the end of the day, how do you want that country to move forward? Everybody will steal and steal and steal, and the whole thing will collapse. So look at what our brother says. China adopted socialism to add Chinese characteristics, and now China are growing wealthier. Nigeria adopted the US system, and Nigerians have slipped into mass poverty. Exactly. And we didn't need we don't have anything to do with the USA. Now, some oversabi people, that then carry us go put for this American system. It's time we remove ourselves from this American system, because American system was not built to create equality or build. It's like me against you, that kind of system. That's what American system is. Because at the time they are doing all this, their system, remember, Dudu is here, Oyibo is like this. So that thing is deep inside their system. Who get money high, all those kind of things. So we don't need that system. America did not colonize us. We don't have anything to do with American system. Waiting they go, they copy. I too know that the one that went to put us in this problem. So we need a revamp. The judiciary needs to come back to that system it used to be when British government left it, because this system is not working for anybody. It's not even working for the elite. It's not working. Why do you pity somebody that is free? You are pitying me that the days of your generation is numbered. Why? Why? If it is true, why are you? You should supposed to be happy now. Why are you pitying yourself? Let me tell you something. You call yourself Okonkwo Chinonso Peters. I put it to you and your generation. The blessings of Kano, Nna Kano, Nna Wurugi Kano, it will never depart from your doorstep. The blessings of ESN, the blessing of IPOB, it will never depart from your generation. You will reap from it 100-fold. And your pity will go back to you and Nna Wurugi Kano. Nonsense. Stupid idiot. Why is my business? You people say you want to be doing Biafra. Go and do Biafra now. We're talking about Nigeria. Go and be doing Biafra. Where is the Biafra? Go and take it. The Kano, they say, is not interested in it again. You people are rofo. It's not too much. He said he's not interested in it again. So all those blah, 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 blah. I will go and fight. Where is it now? It will give anything to come and enjoy this kind of freedom that I'm enjoying by myself. I'm inside my house. I decide where I go. I stand up, I eat what I like. I don't need permission to go to doctor. I will call my doctor, I go by myself anytime. But this one, they have to have court order so that he will be able to see his doctor. And DSS will be there looking at him. Are you not ashamed? Who deserve pity? Who deserve pity? Nonsense. Anyway, all those ones are just miscreants that are just disturbing. So this our system of judiciary is a big issue. And I feel like we are not going anywhere if we don't address that judiciary. We are not going anywhere if we don't address that judiciary. Because look at even little children. If small pikin do something, is the consequence that is the deterrent. Like if you tell them that, so you went, like, like my children now, for example, they already know your mind. Like, if they do something, they say, God, oh, they don't want you to know, like something they will be hiding, that they will be like, I will get, my mother will complain, my dad will not be happy, all that kind of a thing, because they already understand consequence, that if they do something and it's not okay, that their father will not be happy about it. But when they are doing something and nobody care, everybody say, it's not, no, it's not, there is no deterrent. They will be doing it. They will be doing it. They will be doing anything that they want to do. And that's what the situation we're having in Nigeria. People are stealing, people are looting, and then when they get to the judiciary will make a mess of it. So we need a state of emergency in the Nigerian judiciary. Everything on hold, everybody out. So we need to look at all the people in the prison. All the people are waiting trial for nothing. Somebody will be going through court case for 20 years. Why? That is the Nigerian judiciary. I think we really need to come out and talk about this judiciary. The Nigerian judiciary is holding Nigeria down. Somebody will loot, and they will acquit him. They will acquit him of all his loot. He will go and be enjoying it. Why? It doesn't happen anywhere in this world, not even in the USA. Good evening, Noble. The judiciary is unimaginably corrupt. Unimaginably corrupt. We saw in the plenary the other day, that man was saying that the wife, he influenced his wife. Like he was saying it openly. By now, normally all the cases where that wife saw through supposed to be under investigation. Every case she sat through while she was in that tribunal. Right? So it's not a matter of pulling Nigeria down. If you want to pull Nigeria down, you don't have any other country. Everywhere is hot now, all over the world. Inflation is very high because of all this buzzwords that is going on in Russia and Ukraine. Inflation is everywhere very high. Even in this country, this one we are here, inflation is very high in this country. Not be say they talk very high, and salary no increase. That's the worst part for this side. And in this side, nobody go say, come and take 1 naira, come and take 2 cents to nothing. Not in Nigeria, somebody will bless you with 1 naira, bless you with 2 naira. It doesn't happen in all this obodo yibo, So you really have to live within your income, and that's final. But in Nigeria, people are looting and stealing, and people are called smart for stealing from other people. Why should it be smart that you are stealing from other people? It's not hustling. It's not hustling. It's criminality. So everything that has to do with criminality, cheating, they call it hustling. Give it a name. So the judiciary is a main issue, because if you cannot prosecute people who have done wrong, and everybody knows that if I can get away with it, then I'm okay, then the person can never do the right thing. In this abroad, many people will want to do bad thing, but the only deterrent is when you do that thing, it will enter your record, and it will be there for a very long time, sometimes for the rest of your life. It's a huge deterrent, because you don't want that record, criminal record. You will almost never get a job again. Many people you see that are homeless, sometimes it is one crime they are committed, they are not able to earn a good living again because they are unemployable. The jobs that they are able to take after they have committed a felon is very limited, except maybe they go and start their own business or something, right? So the only deterrent is the consequence. But when you know you are doing it and you are getting away with it, why will you not do it? So the election, it has its issues. I'm not going to say the election did not have its issues, right? But right now, the person that is president is the person that is the president. We cannot be going around and hating on the president of the country. It's unacceptable. Exactly, because of a dishonest mindset. A dishonest mindset. When the mindset is not even within family, nothing is off limits, not parents, not siblings, not children, not brothers and sisters. Like, I've never seen that kind of a thing before. Like, people are just accepted that having this dubious mindset is a normal way of life. It is not. It is not. Everything is looking so fraudulent. Like, if you even see someone that is faithful and kind and have integrity in Nigeria, or from Nigeria, it's like a wonder. Like, really, like, you can't believe your eyes. Yeah, all join is the legal system, because the judiciary, all this thing is judiciary. Everything that works within the judiciary, it starts from law enforcement, because if there's a crime, who is going to go there first? Is the police, or the mopo, all those kind of, the first contact you are going to have is the law enforcement, and the law enforcement are the one that brings you to the courts, that charges you with, they work supposed to work with state prosecutors and all those kind of a thing. So yes, it's the judicial system. So they need to fix it. Nigeria needs a state of emergency on the judiciary, so that people will start doing something right. And when you know that you cannot get away with something, then you are not going to just start doing something. Like, you understand? So the judicial system is the real issue we are having. So they're supposed to fix it. It's a state of emergency. So yeah, thank you so much, my people. Oh, there's someone is calling. Hello.
I just said good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
I just said let me quickly contribute this.
Okay.
Yes, the judiciary need overhauling, like you rightly said. But keep in mind that every single person in authority, especially elected or appointed authority in any country, is a sample of the population of its citizens. The judiciary is corrupt because individual citizens are corrupt. Out of corrupt individuals, the judiciary is sampled from. Take for example, they remove subsidy. Is the independent marketer selling the fuel price at what they bought it to the citizens? What of the average person that retails garri there? Why should the retail price of commodity in the market cost twice the cost price? I'll give you an example. I have been opportune to pay for foodstuff in bulk. Things like dry fish. Prior to the fuel price and subsidy, they have it between 30 and 46,000. But somebody will be bold enough in a box that contains 100 pieces of fish and be retailing one of them for 1,000 or 3 for 2,000. When you check it, he's making 300% of the distance. So when we talk about the government, do not forget that it is the part of the abundance of corrupt people a kind of comes a sample of corrupt leaders. You can simply not give what you don't have. If you are not Panadol, you cannot work like Panadol. It is who we are, regardless of who is declared the winner. I saw some people arguing on the comment section that they are so worried about the system that brought the current president to power because it was rigged. I am not here to say whether it is rigged or not, but I am here to say one thing. We all saw what happened during the election. If there was brutality, it happened more in Lagos, in particular, in the West, and then maximum in every other eastern state. We have the videos; they have not gone. We still have them in abundance. If there are places like that life was lost, it is like the 99% from the east. Yes, and this is a place they are shouting that the election wasn't rigged. Why was life being taken in a smoother, in an environment that pride itself for free and fair election? I'm not going to go that route now, but I just want us to understand that when we say government react, you, the citizen, have you acted? Did you do your part? Are you honest in the classroom where you are assigned to teach? Why should the parents of your pupils pay for your toilet roll? Will you, the court clerk, are you honest in the affidavit you are giving out? Why should somebody give you 500 naira for oath fee and pay you 5,000 naira? You say 3,000 is for the typist. What is the job of the typist in that court premises? If not to type that in. If you can issue receipts for a different amount and collect different amount, shut up your mouth. You are not any different from the politician. The only thing missing is the opportunity to be in position to loot. And that is the difference. Yes, Nigeria, they want to copy American system. But one thing they didn't copy is accountability. Another thing they didn't copy is making the rule of law absolute. You didn't need to copy. Copy complete. Do not copy only what to service your personal interest. That is exactly how we got to where we are today in Nigeria. I am not here to exempt the government. They contributed. But my sister, look in depth. It is not only the teachers. I do what I call mirror analysis. Anytime I fail at doing anything, it doesn't matter. Even if I fail the exam, I'll first of all go to the bureau to check who caused me to fail. And anybody has seen that is apportion their own percentage of blame, because if they have done everything right, they won't have any reason to fail. If they have done anything, yes, so that's what I wanted to address. Then coming to Abaribe, who was shouting that it was only a fraction of people. What did somebody remind me what President Buhari said that made Abaribe to start parading himself as a dot nation? Buhari said it is only a fraction of people in the East that are copying this thing. They are like a dot in a circle, which means they are minute in number in the East. These people took that statement, enlarged it, photocopied it, magnified it, just to chase political clout. Today, Abaribe said exactly what Blessed of said. And every single bingo that comes to your page will take nonsense. Mama's days was numbered. His sister's days was numbered. His wife's days was numbered. If your Abaribe's days are not numbered, your days are not numbered. Abaribe said exactly what Blessed of said, but what Ijele said. And they demanded for their papa. Because anybody that wants Ijele said to use his father said to the place of Ijele. Yeah. So at the end of the day, my sister make me look inward. Now they say, hey, Buhari declare war on us. Did they really blame? Have they come to take blame to Abaribe now for setting up the stage, for manipulating the masses, for manipulating these people to believe that Buhari was after them when Buhari was actually after terrorists? You said it all when you said no accountability is what plunged the East insecurity. No accountability is what plunged North insecurity. Anybody that is listening to me today, before you talk, you open your mouth to blame anybody. Do yourself, inside yourself, search yourself. Do you do everything you're supposed to do within your ability, with your best ability? I work as a nurse, and sometimes I work one-on-one with people. In their absence, I take care of that patient that's sick. I'm taking care of my family member. So that I won't put my mouth and say, I Okay? So, if you cannot beat your chest as a Nigerian citizen and say, every single thing I did in my business transaction, every single thing I did in associating with people, I want to be treated that way. Shut up. You are not any different from the politicians. The only thing missing from you is the opportunity to do exactly what they are doing. That being said, our government needs to do more.
Yeah.
Look at how they inform their packages. These politicians that have gotten richer and richer and richer, they only ended up allotting a lot of money to themselves without minding how it's going to. These people are the people that have been benefiting since 23 years. And they are the people that also took the lion's share. What am I talking about? If we have a group of upright people, it won't be like that. I have a police officer close to me who we sit and beat his chest that have never collected bribe. When they post it with other people, we tell them, I don't collect this type of money you people collect. So sometimes instead of getting killed, you will stand aside when they finish, you just go home with them. That like when we have conversation, that the story I'll be hearing. I will tell them I have never collected. I beat my chest and say I have never collected. And when you people do, so when he talks in my life, let this my children meet my type of police officer wherever they go. That's the what he prays. Can you pray for your children to meet your type of person wherever they go? If you cannot pray that prayer, my dear, look no further. Tell yourself, if I change, you change, he change, they change, we all change. We will have a Nigeria we clamor for. Thank you for all you do. God will continue to protect you and your house.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, like, when I say that you should support the president or the government, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't hold contrary opinion, right? So, we are all never going to be in one place in our mind. You understand? But we have to be thinking about the larger implication of what we are doing, right? Look at the Southeast today, is where it is. Why? Because President Buhari came to power. Because President Buhari came to power and it didn't go down well with some people. And they blew it out of proportion. And today, everybody is benefiting or suffering from the ripple effect from that rejection, right? And now the man, even in spite of that, he did his tenure and he has gone. So we have to learn from what has happened before us. No. It happened before. It's not as if they are telling us it's happening before us. It happened before us. So we need to learn from that, right? And we know that, for example, if tomorrow someone from the Southeast become president, we also want that person to be supported. And that's why you must give that measure of what you expect tomorrow. Because what goes around comes around. You understand me? Yeah. So we need to keep it tempered. That's why what I keep saying. So that we don't repeat the mistake of the last 8 years, that we are still seeing the ripple effect today. You understand? So yeah, at the end of the day, every government is going to come and promise everything, and they are going to do the much they can do. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm also not young. And in my lifetime, I've seen government come and go. I've seen government in Nigeria, in abroad, come, make big promises, and they will still do their bit and go away. For example, we all witnessed Obama when he was coming, change, you can believe in change, and he has come and he has gone. Life goes on. He has done what he can do in his tenure. It went down well with some, it didn't go down well with others. It's like that. Government is like that. That's why I'm advocating that we focus on within the states, within the local government, within our councils, everything that is possible to be done, people that are supposed to be held responsible, that we know who is offering what services, what is expected of which office, so that we can be holding them from there, so that we can have a system that works for the people, not looking up to one individual. or the other individual because he's from my state, because he's from my region, because all this kind of a thing. Those are the wrong kind of policies that they taught us. But we have to unlearn it for our own good, because with this global media that we have today, we are opportune to have a peek and see what is going on in other places. It's not like we are now in isolation where we don't know what is going on. No, we have social media, we have YouTube, we have all kinds of media that you are able to know what is going on, not just in Nigeria, all over the world. So we can use it to also caution ourselves before we will go and burn down everywhere because we don't have bread to eat, and then there is pata pata, finally, no bread. Yeah. Yeah, so my people, I want to appreciate every one of you for being part of this program. I don't know if I miss anything, and you guys, the conversation continues. And yeah, the Nigerian government is standing strong, showing their presence in the southeast. So we'll see how it goes from here. I wish every one of you in the southeast to keep safe. And please tone down the hate rhetoric, tone down the insult, bring down the negative energy. It's not helping you, it's not bringing you anything good, right? And yeah, may God help each and every one of us and answer all our prayers. Amen.